Okay, so just to let you guys know, my list of like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 isn't in any particular order. I suck at prioritizing things that have been important in my life, just because I'm horrible at it. But my number 4 is getting my job at Baker Square. I worked there from 2004 to 2008. I've had jobs before that and jobs after that, but that still is the best job I've ever had. I started out in 2004 as a host, and then I became a server after a year, a waitress after a year, and then I became a cook after another year, and then I became a supervisor, which ultimately was like being a manager of the restaurant. Um, that job changed me in a lot of ways. I believe it or not, I'm a really shy person. Like I'm ridiculously shy sometimes. And before this job that I had, it was ridiculous to the point that if I talked to someone I didn't know, my face would turn red and I would start stuttering and it would be really, really bad. And that job forced me to talk to people, and even though it was like in a stupid like work setting, it was just really good for me to start talking to people. Um, I progressed really quickly in terms of moving up in the company, I guess. Um, like I said, host, then server, then cook, and then manager. I did that because my manager at the time, as soon as I started hosting, he's like, okay, I want you to be a server. And I said no because I was so shy. And he kept bugging me, so finally after a year, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And then after serving for a year, I was like, okay, what can I do now? So he put me as a cook, and then I'm like, okay, well, what else can I do? And so then I was a manager. And for the longest time, I would work 50-hour weeks just because I loved it so much. I would be a server one day, a cook the next, and then start managing in the morning, and then be a server by like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was so great. Um, I love that job, like ridiculously so. I had people when I was a server. I had people who wouldn't come in, and who would come in, and if I wasn't serving or if I couldn't serve them, they wouldn't eat. They would come back and later, or they would say, okay, well, we'll just see you next time, and they wouldn't come and eat at that restaurant unless I was the one who was either cooking for them or serving them because they trusted me that much. I knew what they liked, and it was just they connected to me, I guess. It sounds really stupid the way I talk about this job, but this job was seriously like the best time of my life and like for a long time just because I had so much shit going on that I was just like, no, fuck it all. Like I need to handle this. So it was really great. Let's see. When I finally got to be manager, I didn't think I could do it at first. I wanted to, but I didn't think I could just because I'm a very timid person sometimes, and I had to take control of the store. I had to go into the store at 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to turn off the security codes. I had to go to the bank. I had to set up the tills. I had to turn the back grills on. I had to start prepping for everything. I had to start making the pies. I had to start inventorying my stock, inventorying the food, making sure everything was up to regulations, making sure the night crew did their job so that my people in the morning wouldn't have to. I did everything at that store. I literally had some days where I would go in, open up the store as a manager, then cook for a little bit during the rushes, serve, cashier, and then I would come back at night and I would help clean up and I would help do dishes and I would help scrub the floors. I love that job. During Thanksgiving, because Baker Square was like a huge pie place. Like I don't know if a lot of people haven't heard of Baker Square, I guess, but during Thanksgiving it was ridiculous. I used to like literally almost sleep there. I would go there in the mornings, 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I would bake all the pies. I would be there for the rushes. I would go in my car in the parking lot, sleep for a little bit, come back in, and start all over again. Ridiculous. I loved it though so much. It was just the best time of my life. I loved the hecticness of it all. I loved being the one people came to when they had a problem. When they said, okay, I don't know how to handle this. I don't know how to make this. I don't know how to do this. Can you teach me? And I would have been like, yeah, sure, no problem. I know how to do it. And it was great. I was really close. I had the best crew ever. I had the best servers, I had the best cooks, I had the best cashiers that anyone could ever ask for. My store manager loved me. He promoted me really fast. We still keep in touch even now after a year of I moved and the store closed and it was really sad. But we keep in touch still. I keep in touch with a lot of my crew from back then. In April of 2008, Baker Square actually declared bankruptcy, and so was actually healing from. I had surgery on my foot, and my manager called me. He called me at like 7 o'clock in the morning. He's like, "Deandra," I'm like, "What's going on? I'm on pain medicine. I'm tired, and I'm like, what do you want from me?" And he's like, "We're closing today." I'm like, "You're closing right now? What early? Like, what happened to the store?" He's like, "No, we're closing for good." And I'm like, "What?" And so like I hobbled my fucking swollen and tired ass into work, and I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "We just declared bankruptcy. We're losing all our jobs." He's like, "I can get you transferred if you want to another store that's not closing, but you have to tell me right now." And I'm like, "You know what? I leave in a month for Canada, so don't even worry about it." Because I was planning. I gave my like 10-week notice like a long time ago because everyone knew I was moving in May. So I'm like, "You know what? Forget about it. It's cool." So I stayed, and I stayed for our last day. I was on crutches, but I still helped out. I still clocked on, and I did some managerial work. I helped transfer our products to other stores. At the end of the last day, at the end of that day, everyone was in the store, and everyone was crying and being sad, and we pied each other, and we couldn't transfer the opened food to any other store, so we just cooked everything up, and we just like talked about the times we had there, and it was so great, and it was so sad. Then we had a huge party at my boss's house, which was awesome. Everyone got like totally drunk, and it was just funny as hell. It was really sad though, but it was like the best times of my life working there because I learned so much, and I had so much fun working there. But yeah, working at Baker Square, number 4. It's great times. Alright, I'm going to see you guys next week, so have a good one. Bye.